Hey guys, in this video we're gonna have a look on how I made the animation that I just shown you in the beginning of the video. So let's begin it with VFX. Going to VFX tab and hit open, and let me just go to the directory where I have the footage. I will put the link to all the necessary file in the description down below. You can check them out if you are interested in the same footage and same 3D models. You can also check them out. Okay, so here's the footage is loaded, and now it's time to drag it. So click prefetch and then click detect feature. So we have so many trackers, and you can increase the tracker by the threshold value. You can decrease the threshold value in order to get so many trackers. I'm gonna go for not a very high value because we will not be able to solve problems. So I'm gonna go for location and rotation, normalize, and previous frame, and those are the basic settings you have to do, and they make the tracking perfect. Okay, so we got tracking done. As you can see, some of them are going well and straightforward, but some of them are just zigzag and moving up and down. So you can delete them from the graph editor. And I'm gonna delete one of select them by clicking left click and hit X to delete them. I'm gonna delete that one also, this one, and also that one, maybe this one. And now we have perfect trackers in the scene. That is what we want. Go to solve, click focal length, optical center, and because we don't know the actual values of it, because I have downloaded this footage from internet, so I really don't know how is the focal length. So we have to let the blender know how is it. So let's just click solve camera motion and see what we get. So we got 0.35, which is a perfect solve error, and this is what we want. Now it's time to set up the tracking. So I'm just gonna select three of the trackers, that one and that one, and click floor. Okay, so we got floor here. Select the camera from here and go to camera settings. Make the ending to something like very high in order to see perfectly. Okay, so we now can see what is going on in the scene. I'm gonna select one of the tracker and hit set origin, and I'm gonna go for x-axis, set x-axis, and then set y-axis. I think it's been rotated very badly, but I think I'm gonna select this one. Maybe that one, this one, maybe. Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's fine. And now it's time to set up the scale. First, I'm gonna set as background, and I'm gonna go to camera settings. I'm gonna go to background image, and I'm gonna increase the opacity level to something like very high, and I'm gonna hit setup tracking scene. Now we have something like that. The cube is very small because we have not set it up the scale yet. I'm gonna select these two trackers. I'm gonna hit set scales. It's very big. I'm gonna go for 4 because the mod might be a 4 meter. I think it's meter. I think, yeah. Set scale, but I think it's not perfect yet. I'm gonna go for 7. I'm gonna set scale. Okay, that's perfect. Hit N, go to view, and go to camera to view, and then try to align it manually because Blender always not do it perfectly. So if you move the camera, it doesn't even matter for Blender. Okay, so now let's see. Oh, the first thing we have forgot in the beginning of the video is to have the same frame rate as the footage have. So it's 29.97 and that's it. Let me just go to layout by clicking general and going to layout and go to camera view. Okay, so I think it's perfectly sticking to the ground and this is what we want. I'm gonna delete the cube. I'm gonna scale this on x-axis because this is a shadow catcher and our scene is a little bit huge because we have a huge nescafe and we have to add it to there. I'm gonna move it into y-axis. We have a little camera here. I'm gonna scale it. I'm gonna scale it. Okay, if you're scaling anything up, we have two layers here. We don't need background layer, so let's delete it. And also the background collection, hit X and delete it. And now we just have a foreground collection which removes the which always remove all of the dots we have. I'm gonna rotate it on the z-axis. I'm gonna go for local and I'm gonna scale it in y-axis like that. I'm gonna go y-axis. I'm gonna expand the timeline and let's play. Yeah, it's working perfect, and this is what we want. I'm gonna scale it on x-axis, Control S. Let's save it. So I'm gonna name it something like a man track, maybe. Hit enter and click save blender file. So now it's time to load other files that we need. So I'll put the link to the blend file that I used mm, for the test or for all of the 3D model, you know. So I'm just gonna import them. Okay, so it's in object, and I'm gonna go for coffee box, these one and these three objects. Click append, and it will append them. Okay. So I have already set it up rigid body. You will not have. I will remove them. I'm just gonna remove them so you will not get confused. Okay, so it's not perfectly rotated, or maybe we can tweak it around. So I'm gonna rotate it on x-axis, y-axis. No. In order to get a perfect rotation as the plan have, you need to come to edit, go to preferences, go to add-ons and search for copy. And here we have copy attributes menu, and this is very useful. Let me just show you how to use it. So in order to have the same rotation and location and scale as the plan have, you need to first select the box, then the plan, then hit Control C. You will get so many options. First, you will have just copy object, but now we have so many. Click copy rotation, and you will have the same rotation as the plan have. So I'm just gonna go to material view, and as you can see, I'm just gonna move this up slightly like that. And if I go to camera view, let me just rotate it on z-axis like that. Hit Control S. And also these copy objects, select the plan and hit Control C, copy rotation, and now we have the same rotation as the plan does have. Okay, so I'm just going to move it up. I'm going to rotate it on the z-axis and 180 degree. So we will have the text on the camera side. Okay, so I'm just going to move it. Let me just go to the global and I'm going to move it on x-axis like that. Okay. Hit Control S. Okay. So now it's time to animate this coffee bin, and it's very little. Let me just scale it slightly up like that. Hit M and move it to a new collection. I'm gonna name it something like collection 2, and these four objects into collection foreground. And now we have separate objects. I'm gonna delete the light because we don't need it right now. Okay, so this is something we call coffee bin, and now it's time to spread them out. I'm gonna move it up. I'm gonna hit Shift D. I'm gonna rotate it. I'm gonna hit Shift D, Shift D, Shift D, rotate them. Try to have a long distance between them. Rotate them randomly because they will not feel like they are copied, but just try to make it very detailed and just select them again and again and again. Rotate, and maybe we can move them up like that. Rotate it like that, Shift D, move it to here, rotate it, select all of them and move it and duplicate it up like that, rotate it, and yeah, this is something we want. I'm gonna scale this up a little bit because we want it to be act as a ground and it will interact with those beans, so we have to do it. Control S. Scale it up. Okay, so we have got one thing which is adding rigid body into bins. I'm gonna hit a rigid body and add some of the rigid body. Okay, so its type is active and it must be increased a little bit, and surface response is gonna be a little bit bouncy because we want it to be like a ball and they just not stick into the ground. They move up and down when they hit the ground. And I'm gonna select all of the objects, and as you can see the main object is active, and come to object rigid body, add active. Now we have active everywhere. Control Z. This object, because we want to have the same setting for all of them. So select this object, right click, and oh, let me just select all of them. Select the objects. Okay, so right click and copy to select it. So the same setting will be applied to all of them. And also do it for bounciness as well. Copy to select it. Okay, so we have We have a rigid body on the bins. Now it's time to add it to the cup and the box. I'm gonna select them and hit rigid body. It's passive and just left all of the things as default. But one thing to change its shape because it's a mesh. I'm gonna select the box. I'm gonna click rigid body. It's an passive rigid body. It's just a mesh, you can call it. Select the plan. Click a rigid body. It's not active. It's passive. It's not convex hull. It's just yeah, lifted. Hit that. Okay, so select the box. I think I need to increase the friction slightly because we want some of the particles to stuck on the top of the box and also the cup. I'm gonna increase the friction for the cup and hit Control S. In order to cache our back, the rigid body, we have settings in the scenes, rigid body, expand it and come to cache and click back. It might take a while because it depends on the objects you have in the scene that interacts with each other, but it happens when the interaction does happen. As you can see, it's doing it faster. And if the scene is very heavy, it can take some time, so be patient with it. And it's gonna happen very fast. So let's wait for this and see what we get. Okay. By the way, consider to subscribe to the channel because it helps me to be motivated and to work. And now if you play it, as you can see, we can have some beans falling into the ground. And in order to get a bouncy hitting, you need to delete this back and go again to the physics. Select the plane, increase the bounciness value slightly and hit Ctrl S. And again, go to scene and click back. So I'm gonna pause the video right now. Okay, so it's back again. If you play it, we don't got a very bouncy look, but it does look good, and I think it's perfect. Now it's time to set up some lights, because if lights is not perfect, it's not gonna look realistic. So in order to get a light, I'm gonna add a sunlight. We're not gonna use any SDRI or something, because sunlight works for me. So I hope you got me, and I'm gonna rotate it on that axis because I have noticed that the sun is coming from that way. And I'm gonna go to camera view, hit Control S. I'm gonna move it like that. Okay, so Control S, save it because Blender might get crashed. Change the cycles, make it a GPU compute, turn on denoise for now, and what we can change, yeah, we can come to film and make it transparent. That's it. Control S, and let's see what we get. Okay. So first thing that we messed up is the box is very is on a bad place because where's the human moves, and I think it's not a perfect location. We can change it later on and rebag the simulation. I'm gonna increase the amount of sunlight, and I think it's perfect. I think I have to move the box and the cup for now because they're not perfect. I'm gonna move it up. I'm gonna turn it off and see. Okay. Gonna turn it on. I'm gonna move it on x-axis, y-axis like that. Gonna scale it down. I'm gonna move it down. Something like this, and I think it's look good. Gonna slightly move it to here, and I'm gonna move these to here slightly. And I think it's perfect. We have changed some settings, so we have to change the rigid body simulation as well. And yeah, I'm gonna select all of those objects. I'm gonna select objects. Okay, first we're gonna come to the rigid body settings, delete the back, and I think we have to, oh, I think the sun is in the collection of rigid bodies. I'm gonna hit M and move it to a foreground. Then I'm gonna reselect all of those objects. I'm gonna change it to global and I'm gonna move it to Y-axis like that. Okay. hit Control S, and now it's time to maybe I can increase the bounciness value. I'm gonna go select one of the objects and I'm gonna increase the bounciness value slightly. Control S and select other objects and copy to selected. And now it's time to back it again. Control S, back it. I'm gonna pause the video. So the back is done. If we play it, we can see we have got a back. If you're not happy with the scale, you can scale those beans down because I think they are very big. But for my final render, I have rendered it before that and they were small and you can just go for it. That's it. And lighting is looking good. It's just same as the background. And I think we're not supposed to change anything else. The beans are likely to be very big. So I will show you how to make them smaller because I think this will be a good option. I'm going to select all of the objects. I'm going to delete the back and I'm going to change it to individual origins. I changed the transfer pivot point to individual origin and they're pretty big. I'm going to scale them down like that and hit Control S and reback them. Okay, so it's backing again. I'm going to pause it. So it's back again. I'm going to play it. Okay, I'm going to play it. And yeah, they're looking good. Loved it. You can now hit render. No, before rendering it, it's time to set some compositing because Blender default compositing system is very complex for Blender to handle. It can take some time to render them out. So in order to get an accurate render, you can tweak it. Okay, so I will render one image. Oh, I think I have not changed the samples. I'm gonna change it to 100 for now. You can go for a crazy number, but for now, I'm gonna set it to 100 to render it faster to show you how things work. I'm gonna render it and let's see what we get. So it's rendering. I'm gonna pause it. So as you can see, it's rendered out, but the main problem is it's taking time because Blender have added some default node into compositing. And this is where the problems occur. I will show you simple way of doing it. I'm gonna delete all of this shit, everything. Okay, I'm not gonna delete the movie clip. I'm gonna delete those in between. So this is the movie clip. This is composite node. This is viewer node. I'm gonna add a render layer node. I'm gonna add an alpha hour node to here, and then I'm gonna connect this image to the top socket and this image to the bottom socket. I'm going to connect this image to the viewer also and also to the composite. And that's it. This is very simple. If you zoom in, we got the same perfect result. And yeah, that's done. So now you can hit the final animation. Guys, consider subscribe, like this video, and comment if you have any query in your mind. Thanks for watching.